Donald Trump was asked by a reporter what he thinks of this phrase that is sort of buzzing around Wall Street. And it's called taco trading, or a taco trade. And it stands for Trump Always Chickens Out T.A.C.O. It was coined by a journalist for the Financial Times, and it has to do with Donald Trump's trade policy, a pattern where he makes a big tariff threat, either imposes it or gets to the brink, pauses it, pulls it back a little bit, or doesn't implement it, or implements it and then sort of changes course, and the pattern it has on the markets. Donald Trump was asked about this T.A.C.O, Trump Always Chickens Out, in the Oval Office.
I gave the European Union a 50% tariff. And they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. We have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? Don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question. Go ahead. To me, that's the nastiest question.
Trump also aggressively defended his strategy here, saying, listen, the United States is the hottest country in the world. It's something he said ever since his trip to the Middle East, saying that, 6 months ago, he says the United States was stone cold dead. So Donald Trump definitely disagrees with that, even though there is a pattern that journalists as well as investors are certainly starting to notice and trying to adapt to and either sort of brace for or endure. Generally, what we have seen here is that the United States trading partners do end up with some kind of tariff, even if it's not as bad as originally promised. So when you say Trump always chickens out, you sort of have to have a big caveat there. And Canada's sort of seen it. It's the prime example of this. Donald Trump originally threatened to put 25% tariffs on basically all goods coming to the United States. He threatened and then he delayed. He threatened, then he imposed, and then he put in carve-outs. But Canada is still getting hit by tariffs on steel and aluminum. Even if Trump sort of reduces the threat or whatever the original sort of promise is, these countries, these businesses are still dealing with tariffs that weren't there in the first place and that remain incredibly difficult to navigate.
Trump is currently being called T.A.C.O. And if you have no idea, it stands for Trump Always Chickens Out. There was a reporter that asked him a question because apparently it had been coined a trade in Wall Street. They were trading based on betting against when Trump was going to back down on certain tariffs. Like whenever he announced a tariff, they were going to short stock basically. So anyway, this is the clip of the reporter.
Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the T.A.C.O trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on the tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, and then I chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced?
So now this is actually catching steam everywhere. So there's memes coming out. There's AI being used, which honestly is fine because he reposted a ton of AI pictures, like the ones of Taylor Swift and other the ones of Trump Tower and Gaza. So you know what? He deserves that. So here's one of the AI of the interview.
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, and then I chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country, and because...
All right, I tried to make this video earlier today, and I fucked it up because my AirPods didn't let the audio play, or whatever. Technology, not really my friend. So I'm going to give it one more go, because this is definitely worth seeing. It made my day. I think it's going to make your day too. Watch it all the way through. It is fucking hilarious.
Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the T.A.C.O trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on the tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, and then I chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country, and because...
And they didn't.
I gave the European Union a 50% tariff.
Tax.
And they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. And I said, okay, I'll give you till June 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? Because we have
That's exactly
$14 trillion now invested, committed
best
to
part.
investing when Biden didn't have practically anything. This country was dying. You know, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I went
No.
to Saudi Arabia. The king told me. He said, "You have the hottest we have the hottest country in the world right now." 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead.
This is hilarious. So there is a new term, TACO, Trump Always Chickens Out, that's being used on Wall Street. And basically, traders are using it because they've been making money off of buying and selling based upon Trump's erratic behavior. And Trump was asked about it today, and he's like, no, I'm too tough. So whatever you do, because we don't want to upset Trump, don't keep saying TACO. She told him about the taco trades right to his face, and it made his wig spin. He was all up there. The President of the United States was up there like, I want to talk about how we're pardoning the Chrisleys who were found guilty of very similar crimes to me, which was part of the Department of Injustice. And then someone's like, Mr. President, have you heard about Wall Street talking about taco trades? He's like, what is a taco trade? They're like, it's an acronym, sir. Every time you set up a tariff, Wall Street is betting against them because they say taco. Trump always chickens out. And he looks the report down the face and goes, I think you mean kick out, like a WWE wrestler I am in the WWE Hall of Fame. The Department of Education is run by the former CFO, the Chief Financial Officer of the WWE, Linda McMahon. Her husband is currently being sued for human trafficking. But let's not bring that up. I think you mean kick out, not chicken out. And they're like, no, sir, Trump always chickens out. Taco. That's an act. That's what they're saying about you. And his wig spun. His wig started spinning so hard, it's an alternative fuel form of energy. It's its own windmill, hanging out, just spinning. And he was just like, no, I'm not the chicken. You're the chicken. Because here's the thing. If you call a boomer a chicken, their brain explodes. Watch the movie Back to the Future. There are so many times in Back to the Future where a thing is about to happen and someone just turns, one boomer turns to another boomer in 1955 and they go, hey, chicken. And then I'll go, no, I'm not the chicken, you're the chicken. And now Trump is banning the sale of semiconductors to China, which again is now chickening out of him putting extra tariffs on China. It's just, oh boy, let me tell you something. We're in the middle of not being cowards, and I'm definitely not sundowning at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And I, the President of the United States, am not going to spend all night insulted that a bunch of Wall Street guys in Manhattan are calling me a taco, and not just any type of taco, a chicken taco, the most flavorless form of taco there is. Not even a gringo taco, not even a taco straight from the grocery store, with that song by the Try Guy. You know the Try Guy, the sexy one, the only one that's left. Keith. We buy ground beef from the grocery store. We buy taco shells from the grocery store.
So Donald Trump about lost his shit today at the White House when a reporter asked him if he knew what taco meant when it came to what people on Wall Street are saying about Trump's tariff policies. TACO stands for Trump Always Chickens Out, because anytime he sets a tariff, a few days later he always goes back on it after the stock markets start to collapse and whatever else. Trump said that it was the nastiest comment he's ever heard and all this bullshit, and that he hadn't heard of it, but that people usually say the opposite, that he's too tough, with the tariffs, and that he uses the back and forth as a negotiation tactic or, whatever crap. My point is Trump is the literal most sensitive and most egotistical president we've ever had. The guy literally has a huge inferiority complex and cannot stand being called out on the world stage as being a chicken or weak or simple-minded or anything like that, or thinking that people laugh at him. Jesus Christ, the guy goes nuts if he thinks people are laughing at him, and I'm sure they probably were when they heard that taco phrase. What sucks now is that people are concerned that Trump may actually start going harder into the tariff land and make things worse for the U.S. economy. The real problem for me is that every time Taco Tuesday rolls around, I'm going to be thinking about Donald Trump and his fucking tariffs instead of carne asada and al pastor crispy pork tacos. Yeah, that's the problem.
Not many things give me pure joy, but seeing that reporter ask Trump about taco made my day. Absolutely made my day. Yeah, he was like, what, back out? What'd she say? She said, chicken. Trump always chickens out. And the Financial Times and Wall Street are starting to coin that, you know, that taco, Trump always chickens out, talking about tariffs. The look on his face was priceless. And he just went on a tangent, you know, everything from, of course, Biden to fentanyl, and that the country was so cold. And now the country's what's the hottest country in the world? It's called negotiating. And he went to Saudi Arabia, and the king said this was the hottest country ever. And it's on and on and on. It tore him up. So you wait till tonight. There's no doubt. Tonight, when his Adderall and his Big Mac kick in, the tweets are going to fly, and I'm there for it. And I want a shirt, taco. Trump always chickens out. Yeah, I do.
Hi, Bestie. How you guys doing? Donald Trump was publicly melted down. Oh, my wonderful people. If you're turning into this channel for the first time, please do well to like, comment, and share. Turn up the notification bell, and that's why each time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to be notified. So, my returning subscribers, may God bless you all. My new subscribers, I see each and every one of you. Seriously. Hey, oh my God. If you watch this clip of video, I want you to share your thoughts in the comment section. By this clip of video, you might have understand everything that is going on here. Oh God, no need of further explanation, but share your thoughts in the comment section, because everybody opinion is entitled. Everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion. Oh God, seriously, Donald Trump, I don't even know, they have turned him to a chicken. Donald Trump is now checking out everything about him. He is just so surprised. The question that the white mower asked Ashu, he was just like, oh my God. he said, I have not heard about this and that. And if you go to internet or the social media, Donald Trump have turned to chicken. People are now using him as girl. I don't even know what to say again. So you now watch this clip or video. I want you to share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this Donald Trump administration, and what do you think about the shock on his face? What did you think about the shock on his face? He publicly melts down, as in if he's a woman, he could have cried out. You cried out. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. So guys, share your thoughts in the comment section, and stay tuned to this channel so that each time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to be notified. No need of further explanation. I know that you have understand this clip of video that you might have watched, and stay tuned to this channel. To all my MAGA families, may God bless you all, and stay strong. Seriously, next time you guys have to know what to do, so that we are going to vote out Donald Trump. Vote him out.